Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist. And in this video, I just wanted to share some insights about an issue that I know a lot of people deal with. In fact, it's something that I have helped a lot of people with in my work as a clinical psychologist. People will sometimes go to seek out a therapist so that they can get help trying to figure out what feels like someone playing mind games with them. Have you ever had someone in your life, or maybe you have someone in your life at this point, who plays mind games with you? You can never quite understand exactly what they mean or what their motivations are. You're always trying to figure them out and what they're saying, what they really mean, what they're trying to do or intimate when they say something. This is one of those problems that a lot of people deal with, and hopefully, I'll be able to share some things today that can be helpful for you. If nothing else, I hope that you sense when I'm talking that there is someone who does understand what this feels like, how confusing the experience can be. So, before we go further, let me just make sure that I'm clear about what this means mind games. So, mind games, I'm sure you already know, is not a clinical term. That's not something that we have included in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. And yet, this is something that a lot of people just on a gut level know that they deal with every day. They know that this is a problem that exists. This is a type of communication problem. When someone plays mind games with you, their communication is inconsistent. That is the number one hallmark of mind games. Their communication is inconsistent with you. Just when you think you know either that they like you or they don't like you, that they want you or they don't want you, as soon as you are clear on which one it is, they will often engage in behavior and communicate in ways that is the opposite and make you feel like actually you don't know where you stand at all with them. So, inconsistent communication is one of the hallmarks of people playing mind games with you. Here's another element of someone playing mind games with you. It feels like their interest in you varies, how interested they are in you, if they even like you. It seems to change. It varies. It can vary from day to day or from week to week. Here's what's important, it's not something, their interest in you, it's not something you feel like you can count on. And you know what? That's really too bad because isn't that the whole purpose of voluntary social relationships? To want to be around people where you feel wanted by them, liked by them, respected by them. See, you don't get that sense of consistency, that sense of an anchor. You drop the anchor and it's there. You can count on it. It's rock solid that they are there for you, that they want you, that they want to be with you, that they want you in their life. No, you don't have that. It's inconsistent. And another factor that you often see with someone who plays mind games with you is they resist making plans with you, or they will often break plans. They will often resist making definite plans with you. So they may say things like, yeah, I'd like to do that, And then when you try to nail down some details on it and get confirmation, maybe you actually go to make a purchase. Let's say you actually go to buy the tickets, or you actually go to make the reservation at the hotel, any number of things like that. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you get closer to some kind of a written commitment for that, all of a sudden they start wavering and dodging and they won't commit or they resist committing. Maybe they even just show you a look on their face when you try to get some sense of certainty from them that they're going to do it, that the two of you, yeah, we'll do it together. They might look at you with this look on their face like, I think so. Yeah. As if there is pause, as if there is hesitation. They will want you to see that look of hesitation on their face. And that hesitation is so important for you to be aware of. If you read that hesitation on their face, it's important because that is a perfect metaphor. It is an emblem overall for how committed they are in whatever kind of relationship you have. It shows that, well, they have one foot in the pool and one foot out of the pool. They're with you and talking to you on the one hand, but on the other hand, they resist making definite plans. They like you to some extent to want to be talking to you, but maybe not enough to actually want to seal the deal and confirm future plans with you. It all can feel like a giant contradiction, but a contradiction that is so confusing. Confusing, confusing, confusing. This is what it feels like to be in any kind of a relationship, friend, romantic, or otherwise, with someone who plays mind games with you. So, what are the overall root feelings that you end up having if somebody plays mind games with you? Well, a whole list of negative feelings you feel when somebody plays mind games with you. Now, think to yourself, has someone played mind games with you in the past? Has somebody kind of colloquially, people talk about somebody jerking them around, sort of maybe giving them the idea, the hint that they're interested or they want to be friends with them or date them, but then kind of backing out or not really being super into it at the same time? Has anybody ever done this to you? What were some things that they did with you? What were some things they might say to you, for example, that made you feel like, I'm not quite sure what that means? They're interested, but not really super interested? Feeling insecure is one of the most common feelings that this causes. Just feeling insecure, feeling a little nervous, feeling a little anxious. Like, wait, what's going on? Where do I stand here? Do they want me? Do they like me? Do they value me? Do they respect me? I see on the one hand they do, but again, on the other hand, I see their behavior, which shows that they don't. Okay. So, this feeling of anxiety, just unsettled, feeling uncertain. Here's another feeling that it's very common to feel if you've got somebody playing mind games with you: distrusting, distrusting. And you might not be able to put your finger on exactly why. It's just something that feels a little bit off in the dynamic. Something feels a little bit distrusting in the relationship when they say something to you that's even positive, or they say something to make you feel good. You can feel it on the one hand, but on the other hand, you're not quite sure that they mean it, or you're not quite sure that they'll still feel that way tomorrow or the next week. So, a lot of times when people get in these dynamics with somebody who plays mind games with them, when they are in a good moment with them, when they're having a good interaction and they feel like, gosh, they are connected, the person is really present, really showing signs of really wanting them, they can almost feel like they want that moment to last forever, because deep down there's a part of them that's afraid it could slip away. It's like deep down they know that this feeling, this sense of trust, this bliss they have in that moment of connection with this person who feels so emotionally available right now, they're afraid. They're afraid that actually it'll slip through their fingers, that next week things could feel entirely different. So it almost feels like they want to consume the moment and make it last forever, because on some level, they know their instinct, their gut is telling them it's going to go away. Don't trust it too much. Mind games are a really destructive force in relationships. And a lot of times people think mind games is just something people do in romantic relationships, but it's not true. It happens in friendships too. The push and the pull, the approach and the avoidance, the making someone feel wanted and liked, a part of the club, that they belong with you. And then on the other hand, casting them away, holding them at bay, pushing someone away. All of these things, these contradictions, are part and parcel of having a relationship with someone who plays mind games with you. Mind games. Why do they do it? Well, sometimes it's about control. Sometimes the person wants to have a sense of control, and this is the really negative, destructive way they go about it. They never really commit fully to any kind of friendship or romantic relationship. They never really commit and make themselves truly vulnerable and are truly consistent, because they feel insecure themselves. And so this is a way that they tell themselves they can protect themselves by toying with somebody else, by playing mind games. In that way, if somebody plays mind games with another person, there will never be really true emotional intimacy. And sometimes that's actually intended to prevent the intimacy. Why? Because emotional intimacy can make people feel very nervous at times, real good emotional intimacy. If that's not something the person ever had before, well, when things start feeling too close or too good, a little too consistent, that can make someone who's never had that kind of good emotional intimacy before, it can make them feel very uncomfortable. And so, in those moments, the individual may resort to any number of mind games to basically mess it up for the moment, to throw a wrench in things, to create a little disequilibrium, to unbalance it, because the balance, the trust, emotional intimacy can feel too stressful, can feel too uncomfortable. But this is a really negative defense mechanism. This is a really negative way for anyone to deal with any of those uncomfortable feelings they have. It backfires because, in the end, most people will not want to stay close to somebody who plays mind games with them. Most people won't want that in their lives. People need some degree of predictability and consistency in a world that feels so inconsistent. So, people who play mind games have to be really careful and ask themselves a really important question if they're going to be honest with themselves. And it's this: in the end, do I want people to stay, or am I okay if people leave me? Playing mind games with someone is a really effective way ultimately to make people not trust you. These are some thoughts that I wanted to share on this topic of playing mind games. I hope it's been helpful. You can also check out other videos here on my channel, Dr. Seth, Psychologist. Have a good one, everybody.